Good morning. Welcome back to Latherbound. My name is Michael. Doing something a little bit different this morning. We'll see how this works out. I'm part of a couple different communities out there, one of them being the Open Comb Collective one over on Discord and YouTube and everything. And we have a fun little challenge going on right now. Mescalero Shaves, Nick, put out a challenge out there to do a 3-swirl shave. And a number of guys have taken it up. They tried doing it different ways. There's been a couple 2-swirl ones and even talked about 1-swirl one. Well, I'm going to have some fun today and see if I can't do the first ever no swirl shave. So let's kind of talk about what I'm using. And honestly, I thought this was a great lead in to kind of talk about some of the fun things that can go along with it, and especially the importance of community. So as we're kind of getting the lather together and going through that, we'll kind of talk through that. But for the actual shave today, from a razor standpoint, I got my titanium carbon here. I loaded it with a Persona Gem Platinum in there. From a brush standpoint, I grabbed this beautiful Hoosier Latheworks one and just loaded it up with one of his, I think it's his High Mountain Badger. And so going to use that. And for the software, the part that everyone's real curious about, I'm going to go with the TwoFace Brothers for this. Their classic scent, I think is what it's called. And we'll see how that goes. And I got matching splash. Okay, so the challenge was to do, or is to do, a simple 3 swirls to get enough soap to be able to shave with. I'm going to see if I can do it with 0 swirls. So I got my soap, I got my brush, show you that there's nothing on it yet. So we are going to go just in and out. Well, I really don't know if that's going to be enough or not. So this one might be a total fail. We'll see. And we'll have to go from there. So let's kind of get the face going and we'll talk about it. So I know we might be okay. We'll see here. One of the keys for doing anything like this is to just be patient. Work your lather, see how it goes here. You guys, just say off the bat that I absolutely love this scent. If you like them with a nice barber shop, it's hard to go wrong with this one. It's just super clean. A little bit of the usual lavender in there and rosemary. All of those. So it's a wonderful, good scent. So as I'm building this, like I said, I kind of wanted to just talk a bit about community. Yeah. And I know for me, this has actually been one of the best parts about joining the wet shaving hobby here, has just been finding the sense of community that's out there with so many of you guys. And especially when it comes to mental health, especially men's mental health, I think the sense of community is one of those things that just too often gets overlooked. I know for me personally, I've kind of struggled a lot of times to find and develop that sense of community, sense of people to be around me. And so, yeah, it took a little bit for me to just put myself out there, even just kind of start getting to know some guys and joining some of the lives, starting to chat on there. But since I've done that, it's really been just amazing to me the way that in the last year that I've been part of the hobby, really been welcomed and really brought into the community to where I said now, having fun doing these challenges out there and just seeing what can happen with it. Just kind of talking about my own experience. Like I said, community has always just been kind of one of those hard things for me to find and to really, really trust, I guess, to know that I can talk with somebody and just know that they're actually going to want to be there and listen, or willing to listen, has been the one of those hallmarks, I guess. And I know within the community, there's a couple just really, really good groups that you can do that with. You know, personally, I'm really, really thankful for both the Canadian Mafia group, as well as, like I said, the Open Comb Collective group. I think what Wes, the Tennessee Wet Shaver, and Damon Rabbit Shaves, what they've been able to build over there has just been, I mean, honestly, a great model for how it could be, or what you can look for in this. So let's see how this lather is looking right now. You can see it's coming along. We still got plenty of play in here, so we'll keep on building it. This particular video might be just more of a lather building one, and then I'll shave after, but see how it goes. But for me, like I was saying, community has kind of been a really difficult thing for me, especially the last 3-5 years or so. Even more so since having kiddos and just even being able to do anything with anybody. And then, so just having the sense of a digital community has really, really meant a lot. And plus, even just, I'll throw it out there. Like, for me, about 4 years ago, I really started going through a bit of a crisis of faith, and went through a lot of different things there, and kind of still working through a lot of that. But that's meant that a lot of the people and the support that I thought I had around me in that space has just kind of disappeared a lot. So being able to find a new community like this is just really, really meant the world, I guess you could say. And I know talking to my therapist and talking to almost anyone else out there around the topic, that sense of community is really, really important. Even though for someone that's an introvert like myself, I may not feel like I necessarily want to be around people a lot, or that I even need them sometimes. But I know that ultimately, it's something that I definitely do need. And everybody out there needs it. And I know being part of the Discords, yeah, it's fun to get on there and talk about different things, about wet shaving products that are coming out or whatever's going on in the community. But even just knowing you can get on in the morning and there's somebody that's on there already who's wished everyone a good morning, but that behind that good morning, there's actual people that are there and they want to talk and they're willing to talk. That there's people that have experienced so many different things out there. And there's just, like I said, there's that resource. So I guess I would definitely encourage anyone else that's out there right now and kind of in that spot, check out the different communities. I think you'd be surprised at just how much you would find that people are willing to be there who want to honestly connect, and it wouldn't be a burden at all. I think for myself, that's always been one of those secret fears, is that I would be more tolerated, I guess, in a lot of these. Or that people would eventually get bored, and not want to have me around. But I know that those are some of those personal fears that I've certainly had to work through. So let's kind of take a look here at our lather. So I will say, for being such a minimal amount of cream on this one, I think it's coming together good. It's certainly not gonna, I don't think this particular one is gonna blow up into a big puffy Santa Claus by any means. but I can definitely feel that there is plenty of residual there, good amount of slickness. And yeah, I think I can definitely shave with this. I might go ahead and do the first pass and just see how it feels with you guys, and then probably go ahead and do the rest afterwards. But let's just do one more pass of water. Yeah, we're getting a nice 10-minute lather in here. I will say though, this knot that's on here, this High Mountain Badger, is just amazing. It is definitely one of my favorite knots that I found out there. It's super soft, but you still get a good amount of exfoliation. Yeah, if I do much more, I think this looks like it's starting to get real close to that breaking point. So we're gonna spread it out and go for a shave. We'll see. I might come back and try this again with a harder soap like a Martin DeCondre, and actually do like a 3-pass or a 3-swirl on there, because I think that would actually just blow up right away. So this might have been a slight cheat, doing this with a cream instead of a soap, but hey, that wasn't part of the rules. Okay, yeah, we're gonna give this a go, at least for the first pass, and we'll probably call it from there for at least the video on this. So against the grain with the carbon. Oh yeah, we got plenty on there. So I guess what's the point of this? Well, beyond just having fun, to kind of show that really you don't need as much soap as what you might think you necessarily need. I think normally, yeah, I probably would have loaded a little bit more than this. I also tend to be more of a bowl load, and then just transfer the brush and then do face lather. So a little bit more controlled as to how much is actually going onto there. But hey, I think this was overall a success. Yeah. There we go. And there's definitely a good amount of residual still on there, ready to go for round 2. I guess I'll go ahead and at least lather up a second round here for the width or cross grain. You can see just how much is left on here. No, I need that lather. So there you go. You can see it's a little thinner than obviously I think most of us would like to use, but it's certainly enough to get the job done. Third pass might be pushing it a little, but it's doable. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it from here for today's video. But yeah, like I was saying, when it comes to community, this is just something been one of the best ones. I know there's lots of other places out there to find community, different hobbies, different religion groups, whatever like that. So I just hope you can find that wherever you're at, that you're able to really lean into those too. Find those resources, use them, and really ultimately, I guess, as I've said, just use them to find some joy wherever you can find it. So thanks everyone. Again, this is Latherbound, and hope you all have a good one.